Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Jaylee's Corner. I am, of course, Jaylee, and this is my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Episode 7, Shady Ladies. Now, every week when I do the, Love and Hip Hop, I'm always like, I don't know if I like it. It's kind of stupid. It's kind of boring. All of them get on my nerves. I feel the exact same way this time. But first things first, everyone knows what's going on in Houston. The flooding and everything like that. I remember Hurricane Katrina, 12 years ago, and how devastating it was to Louisiana. And even here in Michigan, we had a flood once about 3 years ago, but our flood only lasted like 2 days, I think it was. So it's, Mother Nature's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? We can't control Mother Nature. It's, crazy. I remember when our flood happened here in Michigan, I was trying to come home from work, and, I'm like, why is everybody taking so long to drive? Why is everyone acting like this rain is so crazy? Because it happened so fast and you did not expect, the streets of Detroit, Michigan, Warren, Michigan to flood, but it did. So, and we didn't flood as bad here as it did in New Orleans, Louisiana for Hurricane Katrina, or how bad it is in Houston for them now. So I remember driving, getting stuck, seeing cars stuck in ditches, water up to the doorknob of the car. I got stuck a couple of times. I ended up leaving my car at a grocery store that was across the street from my apartment building and having to cross the street. And I'm only 5'1", and the water was up to my waist. And I had to, walk through the water just to get home because my car couldn't make it any further. A few of our freeways also flooded. So for me, I knew how hard that was for me just trying to get home. And it's just me. My apartment wasn't flooded. I didn't have to deal with any of that, even though other families did have to deal with their homes being flooded out. I've seen the video, pictures, news of just the devastation in Houston. So, my prayers are with everyone in Houston, Texas, or just in Texas in general. Anyone who's been affected by this particular hurricane. People who are going to be displaced, they're going to lose their homes, lose their cars, lose their lives, so we all hopefully can send a prayer. You can donate, please donate. There are many, many, many donations being, broadcasted everywhere. So hopefully everyone can do their part to help the people in Houston, because again, no one can, plan for a natural disaster that's a hurricane. Especially if you if you don't have anywhere to go, because it's hitting your whole area. So just wanted to say that part first before I get into my foolishness of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, because in real life people are going through real shit right now. But peace to Houston. Okay, back to the fuckery. So Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, today's episode, I mean, it was what it was. It was some bullshit and some buffoonery and some fuck shit, and as usual. It starts off with, we see Ray J. And, this whole thing with Ray J and Princess, who are honestly barely even on this season. I think this is maybe the second episode they've been on. They're trying to have a baby, and Ray J is also just trying to stay busy and work. So he has rented out a studio for the past month, and he's basically just been living there trying to make music, as he says. He admits his last, hit was that song, Sexy Sexy Can I? That song with him and I think it was Young Berg or somebody. He's like, that was forever ago. I can't, keep waiting for my next hit. So I need to get busy to make this money. He meets with an old singer, Bridget Kelly. I don't remember Bridget Kelly at all. The name sounds familiar. I can't recall her song though. I don't know. And I didn't Google her because I just didn't feel like it. He did say that he met her through his sister Brandy, and so he was hoping to collaborate with her, get some music going, to get something popping. But I'm like, your sister is Brandy. Why wouldn't you just make a song with your sister? She's a phenomenal singer. So, but again, it's off of TV. He does play her a song about pussy being so good. And I'm like, you don't even know this lady. You trying to play her song about pussy being so good. And then the song did, seem X-rated. She was saying how it was kind of out of her realm of, what she wanted to sing about. So she didn't know about it. He like, we can revamp your image and, make you a little bit sexier. You can get on top of a piano. It was, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, it was just kind of crazy. And, but she was like, okay, I'll see, what we can do with this song. But I'm like, you gonna sing a song, Ray J, about pussy being so good? Okay, my mom, do what you gonna do. So, whatever. Next, we see Masika and Moniece has this fake ass podcast. The reason I'm saying it's a fake ass podcast is because, for one, the microphones wasn't even pointed towards them. Now, I'm not the sharpest pencil in the goddamn pencil sharpener, but I've seen many podcasts, I've seen many radio station shows, people being interviewed, and typically you have to speak into the mic. There is never a time when I've seen anyone do a podcast or an interview and the microphone is pointed away from the person talking. That would make your audio, your sound stupid. So that's why I'm like, it's the fake ass podcast. I just watched the Jay-Z podcast he did, on his title. And, even though the microphone wasn't like right in his face, it was still pointed at his face because it wants to catch everything that you're saying. So that's why I'm like, fake ass podcast. And plus, who the fuck wants to listen to Moniece and Masika? I mean, and then the tea or the thing that they were talking about was just the castmates on their show. You have to, when you are trying to, like, my friend asked me about possibly doing a podcast with him, and I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know what we would talk about. And he like, well, natural, current events, things in the news, things going on. But I was just like, I just don't know if that's my area of expertise. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind being a guest, but I'm like, I don't think I could be the host or co-host of a podcast show. Just because you have to be very entertaining the whole time. You have to forever have a topic of conversation to talk about. So I'm like, I don't think so. So my thing is, I would not tune in to Moniece and Masika talking about Hazel E. Who were they talking about? Hazel E, Nikki Baby, and Alexis. They were just saying how Hazel E is not real and how she's fake. They also said how Nikki Baby was, when she had sex, she probably couldn't fit it because her parts are plastic, and how, Alexis, basically is a nobody. But for me, it was like, Masika should just really shut the fuck up, especially talking about Alexis, because if you want to address that woman in person, if you won't pop up on that woman and talk to her and check her in person, don't be big and bad on social media and on a damn podcast. Again, a fake ass podcast. So Moniece then brings up how her, the whole drama with her, AD, and the other girl, the best friend. And I'm like, that's not what podcasts are for. You can't tell me that you got a temporary podcast and you talking about your castmates on the show. I mean, you have to do more than that, people. Come on now. Even Joe Budden has a podcast and they talk about all kind of stuff. I know Angela Yee has a podcast. She talks about all kind of stuff. I just don't see a podcast being successful when two of the cast members are only always talking about their castmates on a reality show. I'm like, you have to do something different, mama. And I just felt like, no one believes you. I think y'all would have did better going to dinner and having that conversation than trying to convince someone that you guys had a temporary podcast or testing out a podcast to see, if anyone will listen. I think y'all should have had regular conversation. Y'all should have really did the podcast talking about real things. I probably would have took it more serious than y'all talking about, oh, Nikki Baby is fake and her body is plastic. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? So, that whole thing, I'm looking like, no one believes you, boo-boo, leave it alone. We next see Lucci and Alexis meet up to have a conversation. Why? I don't know, because if you tell me that, my pussy is passed around and niggas is passed my pussy around from person to person, I don't want to talk to you. You can't even apologize to me for saying that, because why would that even be on your mind? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that a person can say about someone in the heat of the moment. But one of the things should not be about her coochie being passed around. No ma'am, no sir, no thank you. And when he said it, he was like, don't nobody care about you. You pass around pussy. What? So why y'all meeting to have a conversation? They both just say how yes, they're broken up. He does apologize for what he said about her being passed around. Plus, he said I was just mad, whatever. He also says how he can't control his baby mama. That even he had a conversation with her, and she was heated with him too. And I feel him on the whole thing of he couldn't control her coming to LA, mainly because she's an adult. I mean, she's an adult. He can't. People need to not try to hold other people responsible for controlling their significant other, their baby mama, their baby daddy. I can tell a guy I'm dating with, check your baby mama. That don't mean that she gonna listen to him checking her. You know what I'm saying? I've dated guys who had crazy baby mamas back in the day when I was in my 20s. And, I would hear them check the chick. And the chick was still crazy. So, to me, that's when I learned you can't want one person to control somebody else. Because of that person crazy, they're just gonna be crazy. And you have to deal with that crazy person. What else did they say? He did say the good thing that came from him and her breaking up was that now he's able to see his son more. Meaning his baby mama was only pissing the bitch at him because he was fucking Alexis, and now that he's not, she cool with it. So, they hugged and made up. She did say that, they can't be together. So, but again, I was like, y'all didn't even need to have a conversation, because when you told me my pussy was passed around, we was over at that point. Ain't no need for nothing. I don't even need your apologies. I'm straight. Deuces. Next. Tierra Marie meets up with the chick, Amber, Cisco's other girlfriend. And, when they sit at the table talking, it was like they both were trying to prove that they were the main person, when y'all both knew that he was cheating on both of y'all, lying to both of y'all. So, she was like, well, he moved here for me. And then Tierra was saying that. And then Amber like, well, yeah, since he been here, since that happened, we've been together. I got stuff at his hotel room, and I've been there with him the whole time. But who gives a fuck? Because he played both of y'all. And what I do like is Tierra wasn't really saying stuff on the aspect of I want to be with him now. She was just saying, well, yeah, we were together. I didn't know about you. You didn't know about me. Whereas Amber was like, well, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be with him regardless. Bitch, what? I mean, Cisco not even that cute. He is a creep. You've seen him be a creep all season, on every season of every goddamn Love and Hip Hop season he's been on. So, to me, that's just crazy. And to be saying, like, I ain't going nowhere. And Tierra like, girl, he played both of us, you know what I'm saying? So why is this girl trying to act like, she really the main one? And the girl, Amber was like, if you want to prove, that the man that you love, he love you too, okay, that's fine. To me, it was a crazy conversation just solely based on the fact that they both knew he was playing them both. But the Amber chick kept just trying to make it seem as if she was this deal and Tierra was really a side chick. When in actuality, y'all both was a version of us. Well, no, I think the other girl, Amber, was more of a side chick than Tierra Marie. Because Cisco himself said, when me and Tierra Marie was beefed out or we wasn't vibing, I would go hang out with the other girl, side chick. So that was the whole thing of them two having a meeting and a conversation or whatever. Ray was in the studio again talking to A1 basically about his sperm count being low, how he is, holding off on sex with Princess because he's trying to build up his sperm and not have them always having sex. He feel like if they're around each other, they're going to have sex, and he feel like that's wasted sperm. He wants to build it up. You know what I'm saying? He wants 5 plus 5 is 10. So he got 9 million sperm. He want to keep his 9 million. He want to go 9 plus 9, which would be 18 million. So he trying to get his sperm count up, which is smart. I understand it. He then says he had been holding it for 5 days, and he couldn't hold it no more, and he slipped up. And he like, what you mean you slipped up? What you do? He like, I beat one off. I'm like, you gonna just tell your friend that you what? Then he like, yeah, I jacked off right there on that couch. And then they zoom into the couch, and it's like lotion sitting right there. I'm looking like, ugh. So, A1 move and everything. But I'm like, that's just nasty. Ugh. So, At that point, Princess walked in, and Princess was dressed like she was a goddamn on extra on Game of Thrones. I'm looking like, what the fuck is she wearing? You know, I mean, I know winter is coming, but damn, bitch, put on some real clothes. And she's like, you know, I designed this. I mean, the pants were cute, but I'm like, why are you wearing a fur cape that got like a little gold? And I just didn't understand it. I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it. And I'm like, whatever. He then tells her, you know, hey, I know we've been, you know, not seeing each other much, but, you know, I got a room at this hotel. We're going to spend a day together. Not telling her the room he got is really for the photo shoot that he had with the Bridget Kelly girl. So the girl all happy is like, okay, yay, whatever. So what's happened next? The next scene is Moniece, her girlfriend AD, and AD's best friend Tiffany all having dinner because AD wants them two to have a conversation to squash any beef. Now, I got a lot to say on this goddamn situation. So the friend goes in and she says how, you know, Moniece is not a lesbian, that she's an opportunist, that she feels like she is using AD for her money. I guess AD must have money. I don't know. Also says that AD is the one taking care of her son, not Moniece. Now, Moniece is like, that's not true. And then the friend says, well, me and AD talked about it. So, you know, that's where I got my information from. That's what I have a problem with. AD is the reason for all this bullshit. This is the reason I tell people that you should not complain about your spouse or your other person to your friends. Because then your friends get in their head that your spouse or your other person, they either ain't shit, they too much of shit. They get their own opinion about the issues. And you have to be careful what you complain about and what you let them know. I don't know if it's true because I wasn't there, but AD told that girl stuff. Probably when her and Moniece was arguing. So she going to her friend, talking. Yeah, I'm always with her son and she not. I feel like she always wants some money. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she only with me. She put that stuff into her friend's head in some form or fashion. Because when she said, me and AD talked about this, she told me this. AD never once said, I didn't tell you that. I didn't say that, because she knew she did. So Moniece, you know, is saying like, look, I take care of my son. I don't need you or AD. I can take care of myself by myself. I don't need either one of you motherfuckers. And I respect her for saying that. But also, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, AD made this whole fucking problem. And that she ain't shit for it. Because what I did realize was when Tiffany was saying Moniece is an opportunist. AD didn't say she's not an opportunist. When the girl Tiffany was saying, you know, Moniece be using me for money. She didn't say she don't be needing my money. When the girl Tiffany said, you know what I'm saying, AD raised her kid, not Moniece. AD didn't jump in and say she do be having her kid. AD did not one time come to Moniece's defense at all. She sat there and let her friend say what she said, basically because she told her friend that. And then Moniece was right to get up and kind of walk out like, I ain't got time for this bullshit. And then, well, no, even when AD wanted Moniece to apologize to the girl Tiffany for calling her a walking condom in a thought. But I'm like, I would call that bitch a walking condom in a thought too if she insinuated that I wasn't a good mother and that I was using her. You know, I'm using people. I would talk shit too. So what I didn't like and what I kept thinking to myself was, AD ain't shit, because again, even if Tiffany your friend, if you have a real relationship with Moniece, you have to sometimes check your friend and say, look, I need you to respect my relationship with her. You can't say those kind of things. Even if I told you that in confidence, shut up. And what kind of friend snitch on a friend? If my best friend Karla told me stuff about her boo, I would never say that to him. I would never say, you know, Karla's man. I would never be like, Karla said A, B, and C about you. Because what me and my best friend talk about is between me and my best friend. You know what I'm saying? No. Whatever you and your friend talk about, you don't ever take it to that person as if you don't like them. Because you don't want your best friend to be pissed off at you for being a fucking snitch. So, you know, Moniece did end up getting up and leaving, saying she's not apologizing for calling Tiffany a walking condom And A thought, because she's like, she didn't apologize to me, so I'm not apologizing to her. And A like, I'll do short shot, I can sell it. But bitch, it's your fault. Because again, you was running your mouth to your friend, dogging your girlfriend. And when they both came to head, you didn't take up for your girlfriend. You kept saying, well, Moniece, you should apologize for Moniece. She only saying, bitch, what you keep saying talking to me for? Why are you talking to her? So, you know, that's the only part of the whole episode where I was like, you old bitch. And it was kind of mad. The little scene where they had Ray and Princess at the hotel. She was like, oh, listen for us. Okay, we can have such a good time, blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, why are these clothes here? This not my style. And then the goddamn photographer walk out the bathroom. She's like, what the fuck going on? And then Bridget Kelly walk in dressed like a goddamn Miriaki Band Gladiator mix up. And, you know, he admits, oh yeah, well, we gonna spend time together, but first I have to do this photo shoot real quick. And then she's like, this is just like when he was all busy before we got married. You know, he's always trying to do work. And I feel like this. Princess, I don't know what you do for a living. And someone has to make some money. So I don't think that you can consistently get mad at him for working. I do think there needs to be a balance between when he's working and when y'all spend time together. But you can't get mad at your husband for working to make money for y'all to survive. Because if y'all get pregnant, who gonna pay for the goddamn baby? Huh? You need money. So Ray should not have planned a dinner date, hotel room tryst, while also planning a photo shoot in that same hotel room. And, you know, so, you know, she was mad and she left and he did the photo shoot because, you know, somebody got to make the money. The next scene that we see is Marcus has like a show where he's performing the song. The song, I like the song. You know what I'm saying? The song to me would be a club banger. I love the beat. I love a good beat to a song. We do see that Brooke came to support him, basically saying that she did it so that he could see what he's missing out on by not being with her. And I thought I just seen a spider. Pause. Okay, no pirates, no spider, just tripping. So yeah, Brooke is there just saying how she's trying to show him what he's missing out on. And I just saw cute, blah, 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 blah. So Brooke and Lyrica are having a conversation, and Lyrica's like, well, yeah, you know, I'm having a showcase for my, well, no, I'm having a, yeah, what is it called? Like a music listening party for her single or whatever. So Brooke, you know, throw a little bit of shade, like, well, yeah, you know, you've been working on your debut album for a long time now. I'm like, damn. I mean, technically, she had been working on it since season 1, and this is season 4. But I digress. She shot back in her confessional at Brooke, saying, well, damn, Brooke, you know, Brooke made Girlfriend, I don't know how many years ago, so, you know, she can't be talking about me when she ain't had a hit since then either. So Brooke leaves, and Lyrica then walked over to talk to Moniece and Nia, who's also there at this little music listening party. And she invites Moniece and Nia to the party. But when Moniece asked, okay, well, who's going to be there? The minute that she said that Alexis Sky would be there, you know, Monique's like, you know, I don't want to come. Because Alexis coming, you know, I don't want to be there. And, you know, she lets her know that I don't want to be around people who, you know, are associated with Alexis. And, you know, she's like, she don't even care about you. And she just said how she don't rock with Alexis, that she doesn't want to be at the party where she's at. I mean, I get that. I'm a firm believer in, if you don't get along with someone, and if you think that being around them is going to cause some kind of turmoil, if y'all might start arguing, there's nothing wrong with not going to that function. You know what I'm saying? Until y'all are able to be in a space where things won't pop off. And Moniece saying that was honestly mature. She could have went and ruined your whole goddamn party. But she was saying to you, you know, I don't fuck with her. I don't want to be there. Lyrica could have just accepted that and said, yeah, all right, I get it, fine. You ain't got to come. But no. Lyrica want to pop off and get, you know, mouthy. And she's like, well, I don't, you know, if you don't want to come, and you don't have to come, and that's fine or whatever. So, I mean, her and Monique was kind of going back and forth about things. And then, for some reason, Lyrica just starts dropping names like, you know, well, I work with this person and that person, and da-da-da-da-da-da. You should focus on, you should focus on being in the studio instead of arguing with me over Alexis. And my thing was, she wasn't really arguing with you over Alexis. You were mad because she didn't want to come to your party because of Alexis and making it seem as if she was picking her friend Masika's side over whatever else. But that's what friends do. The same way you are taking Alexis' side and you stand with Phantom. If you don't want to be there because Alexis is there, then don't come. It's the same way that she felt like how she's trying to take up for her friend Masika, who don't fuck with Alexis. But it was a dumbass conversation. It was a dumbass argument. And to me, it was just stupid. I was on Monique's side in this particular situation, mainly because Monique said I was trying to be an adult about the situation and to say I don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? But you getting all, you know what I'm saying, hot and bothered. And so when Lyrica was walking away, like, we go, I'm gonna make you a hit song one day. I'm gonna make you a hit song. And then Monique's like, are we done? Because I'm gonna fuck her up. Are you gonna fuck me up now? It was just stupid. They didn't fight. It was a stupid ass scene. Small scene with Ray J and Princess. They at the beach and he finally tells her, hey, the reason I've been, you know what I'm saying, trying to stay so busy was because I didn't want you to know that my sperm count is low. Told him how him and the guys went to get their sperm count counted, and he found out that he had a low sperm count, and he was just kind of dealing with that medical thing within his own self. And, you know, how he felt bad. And she's happy, saying, I'm happy you took the initiative to go get your sperm count counted. I thought that you really just didn't want kids and you were trying to avoid it. But I'm happy to know that you do want kids and you went on your own accord and got your sperm count counted. And they made up and they're going to get it worked out. There's a second scene with Lyrica, Hazel, and Alexis having a conversation. And, you know, Lyrica is telling them about the whole thing that happened with her and Monique. And, you know, again, you know, Lyrica trying to say, you know, how it's all Masika fault by trying to make the ladies choose sides because her and Alexis don't rock together. But again, like I just said, when you are friends with someone, you pick sides. And it's dumb to me because I'm like, you at dinner with Hazel and Alexis because those are your friends. Why are you getting upset that Nia and Monique are with their friend, Masika? It's like y'all all picking y'all own friend, but y'all don't want the other side to pick their friend. What the fuck? My thing is, the people who are the issue is Alexis and Masika. You know what I'm saying? So it's just stupid. It's just stupid all the way around. And it's get on my goddamn nerve. I wrote down Masika refuses to address Alexis. Why did I say Masika refuses to address? Oh, Monique shows them a video. Masika saying she moving, and they were like house hunting. She not moving for real. Girl, stop faking. No, we don't believe you at all. And you know, when Monique gets there, she shows them a video of Alexis talking shit about Monique. And talking shit about Masika too, like y'all bitches wish y'all was me, you know, y'all just jealous of me and all this, look at my body, all this bullshit. And again, I do believe Masika needs to address Alexis. You know what I'm saying? I think again, if you address Alexis in whatever way, shape, or form, you know what I'm saying, all the other bullshit will go away. But Masika just won't address her at all. So it's the second video that shows Alexis talking about Monique as a mother, saying, you know, you bum ass bitch, you a bum ass mom, you know, you paying other people to watch your kid, you ain't, just talking about her as a mother. And I'm a firm believer in kids is off limits, and don't even bring up how another person's parent, you know what I'm saying, because you don't know her like that. But again, the beef between Masika and Alexis is spilling over into everyone else. Because why? Because Alexis can't get a reaction out of Masika. So she's going after her friends to get a reaction out of them. So my thing is, at a certain point, I'm going to be mad at my friend, Masika, for not checking this bitch in the beginning. But, you know, Monique is pissed now, so we shall see what's going to happen. The last scene of the night we see is Tierra going to Cisco's hotel room. And what is Cisco doing? He laid up in the bed, and Amber bitch is kissing all over him. Kissing, lipstick and everything. So you hear a knock at the door, and the girl like, oh, somebody at the door. Nah, I don't know why he didn't get up to answer the door. I don't know why she got up and answered the door in her bra and panties. To me, that just doesn't seem believable. So she, of course, lets Tierra in. And Tierra like, oh, you in your bra and panties? Cisco, come on out. So he like, fuck. Because he know he busted. So he do come out. And it is lipstick on his lips, his forehead, his cheeks. Because the girl didn't kiss him. So his lips, and she did it because she knew Tierra was coming. Let's be clear about that. And, you know, he know he is busted. And, well, why the side chick always in bra and panties? And she was in bra and panties at the lingerie store or the store they were shopping for clothes at. I think she was in a swimsuit. Something, my eyes went crazy. She was in a swimsuit at the time when they were having dinner or something like that. But why she never got her regular ass clothes on? Anywho, she is just saying how Tierra like, okay, this what you doing? So this what you doing? He not saying shit. He like, oh, so you called Tierra? And Tierra like, I'm finna leave. You know, I ain't got time for this shit. The sad chick like, well, I love him and I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be with him. And so when Tierra trying to leave, he like, Tierra, wait. She's like, wait, what? What, Cisco? So you was here with her, have her kiss on you. He was like, well, no. You know, she even said, you ain't got no socks on. I don't even see you with your socks on. I'm looking like, bitch, y'all fucking, you ain't never seen him with no sock, without his socks on. I mean, damn. Don't you take showers? Anywho, he then says, well, look, it ain't like that. I was here trying to tell her we couldn't be together and things got out of hand. And, you know, she started kissing on me. But I'm like, at what point did she put her goddamn on lingerie on, Cisco? You know, when did that come into play? So she then get mad like, what? If you don't want to be with me, that's fine. I don't care. So then she go try to put her clothes on. So him and Tierra kind of going back and forth. And he trying to say, you know, every time I got mad at you is when I hung out with her. So then the Amber chick trying to leave. He like, wait, Amber. And they like, well, wait. Who you want to wait? You know, I try to leave, you say wait. She trying to leave, you say wait. So what's really going on here? So then they both at the door about to leave. And they standing there. And then he starts yelling like, well, Tierra, when you piss me off, you just keep making me mad. And it's just so stressful. And when I get stressed out, you know what I'm saying, I just hang out with Amber. But Amber got too serious too fast. And, you know, she took it too far. I don't know. Amber stayed there. And it was stupid. But he was like, you know, Amber was just some fun. But Tierra, I really want to be with you. But Tierra leave like, fuck this shit. Fuck y'all. I'm going home. And she walk out. And the girl Amber still sitting there, but she still know that he like, you don't want to be with her. And then it goes off. I mean, it was, like I said, fuckery and bullshit the whole time. So let me know what y'all thought about this goddamn episode. Was it some bullshit? Was it cool? We'll see what happens next time. But as always, I'm Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. And peace. Peace to Houston too.